Hi, guys. Tonight we travel back to a time of icy fields and tilted cottages where smoke from peat fires rises into the dull December sky. You can almost sense the cold nipping at your fingers as you wrap your cloak closer. Snow sticks to the thatched roofs, making each hut look like a loaf sprinkled with sugar. The year is in the late Middle Ages, well before anyone thought of twinkling lights or fake Santas. Out here at the world's edge, Christmas has a deeper, more rugged meaning. It carries the aroma of cooking meat, wet straw, and wool marked by smoke. You likely wouldn't last through this winter, but let's pretend you do. So, before settling in, give the video a like and subscribe if you really like what I do. And if you want, comment below with where you're tuning in from and what time it is there. Now turn down the lights. The first puff of morning air is crisp enough to pinch. You walk along a muddy path that snaps under a light layer of ice. Chickens shift in their coops. Cows puff out misty breaths into the chill. And the entire village buzzes with the soft, drowsy beat of daily life. The smell of oak burning and moist wool fills your chest. It's almost Christmas week, and even with leaky boots, you feel a glow of warmth inside, a hint of thrill. This is the one period when even the humblest folks get a chance to feel something near happiness. The small settlement around you isn't grand. Just a group of about 20 houses, built from wattle and daub, with walls fixed using mud and straw. The thatch on top is brown and lumpy, covered in moss. The floors inside are just earth. But this is your place. You stoop through a low doorway into one smoky room. It's dark, lit by a central fire pit under a suspended pot. Smoke twists up through a roof opening. Dried herbs dangle on the wall next to a rosary. A subtle mix of old beliefs and religion. The world outside is partly lifeless. Fields are solid under frost. The final cabbages sag like pale spirits. Animals bunch together for heat. But in this harshness, a stir begins. The locals are tidying, repairing, fixing, since Christmas is near. It's not just one day here. It's a whole stretch of allowance. A break from the constant toil. Soon there'll be tunes, beer, chuckles, and perhaps a bit of wrongdoing. You notice it in how people act, quicker, more optimistic, as if the cattle sense a sacred event approaching. You go out and see the morning glow spread over the land. Kids run after each other in the frost, their breaths like small phantoms. The bigger ones haul logs on their backs, pulling them to the Lord's manor for the big Yule fire. That log is beyond mere fuel. It's a shield. Folks think it brings good fortune for the year, particularly if it smolders all night. Some save a blackened bit to start the fire next year. Historians debate if this came from pagan solstice practices or early Christian ways, but it's holy today. The village noises build gradually. A dog yelps, a metal pot bangs. The bell in the little wooden church rings once, noting that joy still needs devotion. Over there, you see the reeve, half leader, half overseer, tallying stacks of wood due to the Lord. He seems chilly and grumpy, but dignified. All owe a share, even during festivities. But right now, nobody complains. The air holds a sense of expectation. You stroll by the forge, where the blacksmith pounds a glowing horseshoe. Sparks jump like orange insects. He stops to smile and say, "Soon be Yule, right?" His tone rough from smoke and beer. He has a tiny branch of holly attached to his shirt. Even the strongest guys permit a spot of adornment this week. By noon, the village center bustles with activity. Women haul baskets of bread, their aprons dusted white with flour. Men pull kegs of ale to the communal hall, each landing with a dull thump. Kids follow, staring wide-eyed at the idea of treats or a bit of roasted flesh. A loose goose strolls among the group, picking at bits. It's disorder, but happy disorder. You see that for once, nobody labors for a lord or gives to the church. They're doing it for their own, for their friends. There's a special scent that marks this season: smoke, grease, and evergreen. Someone burns fresh wood, and the popping fills your ears. You glance at the flat gray sky, heavy with snow, and feel strangely at ease. The year is closing, along with the extended period of scarcity. You avoid thoughts of future taxes or poor crops. Not this evening. This evening you focus on heat, music, and the chance for meat. A bunch of boys dash by, towing a rough sled from a split barrel and rope. They yell about grabbing the Yule pig, giggling as they roll into the snow. The noise brings grins to the elders. Laughter is scarce in winter's depth, and it travels through the air like a melody. As twilight comes, the houses shine from inside. Candle glow twinkles through waxed paper windows. You slip into one and find a household by the fire. The dad fixes a wooden chair. The mom kneads dough, and the oldest girl sings a tune that could be older than Christ. Some believe it's a pagan melody wrapped in sacred lyrics. Historians argue if early clergy forbade or accepted such songs. But nobody here worries about wrongdoing. They worry about supper. The night deepens, colder. The aroma of soup spreads. Outside, snow starts falling softly, covering all in fragile calm. You rest by the fire, the snapping easing you into relaxation. The mom spoons out soup rich with onions and grain. She hands you a wooden bowl. You drink it. It's warm, salty, basic, and ideal. The family chats quietly about the days ahead. The worship, the eating, the fun. Even the grandma, bundled in wool and years, grins at the idea of moving to music. You peek through the small window. The moon is up, light and huge, beaming on the icy fields. Far off, wolves cry, weak and remote, but inside it's cozy. You nearly overlook that this is a tough world, a place where want and illness lurk just outside. For the moment, there's calm. And tomorrow, happiness. The fire snaps. A piece splits, shooting sparks. Someone chuckles gently. Someone stretches with a yawn. You shut your eyes and allow the heat to soak into your frame. Outside, the snow thickens, quieting all noise until the village seems asleep under a white cover. In the hush, you grasp why this event means so much. It's not about presents or rulers or wonders. It's about getting through and the odd, persistent delight of staying alive when the world seems to close. You rise before dawn, though it barely seems like day. The sky is soot-colored, and the cold stings sharper than yesterday. A rooster calls from beyond the houses, its cry breaking in the frost. This is Advent, the waiting before the big meal, and every local feels its gradual empty pull. You draw your cloak near and go out. The air tastes keen, almost metallic, and each breath sends a vapor ghost into the gloom. The church bell sounds once, a flat tone that spreads over the solid fields. It's not a call for labor, but for worship. The priest thinks every person must ready for Christmas with still reflection and bare stomach. You've been holding back food, like all, though your gut complains. Advent aims to teach endurance, modesty, and belief. But to you, It mostly feels like numb fingers and watery soup. Still, there's odd solace in the common want. All around look alike, slim, weary, expectant. By daylight, they toil in the same frosty lands. By dark, they bow in the same shadowy chapel, murmuring devotions into the chill. Inside the tiny church, candles dance against the coarse wooden sides. Wax drips like tears on metal stands. You kneel on straw that crinkles under your knees. The priest's Latin flows through the space, deep and constant, terms you don't grasp, but sense in your core. He talks of light coming back to shadow, of belief challenged by ice. It rings like verse, though he likely means it as caution. After the gathering, you file out with the group. The sun hasn't risen, but a weak silver shine shows at the edge. You note how elder women hold their rosaries like charms, while young men steal looks, already dreaming of the coming dances. Even in restriction, the human spirit seeks fun. Historians debate if medieval Advent was more about spirit or society, more penance or the gradual tease of delight before freedom. Perhaps it was a blend. Perhaps that's what makes it so real. Back in the houses, smoke climbs once more. The scent of cooking cabbage and oats floats through the paths. You track it to a little kitchen where a woman mixes a pot with a wooden spoon. She grins without glancing up. Just enough to keep a belly going, she says. But it'll hold us till the meal. The kids next to her wait with big eyes, spoons poised, patient but shaking with need. You see, this food means living, not pleasure. Outside, a light wind shakes the door. It whistles through gaps, making the room tremble. You sip your bowl of gruel, dense and plain, and try to picture the coming banquet at Christmas. Meat, bread, ale, laughter. It seems like a vision. Yet that vision keeps all going. It's odd how expectation can taste better than a meal. In the afternoons, the village quiets. There's little labor now that the fields rest. Some men fix tools. Others mend roofs or shape small toys from wood scraps. The women weave and spin, humming songs that sound older than the church. Sometimes someone shares a tale of saints' wonders, who cured the sightless, or shepherds who saw messengers. A few still murmur of less sacred things, like fairies in the winter woods or ghosts that visit cold fires. The priest disapproves naturally, but he can't halt the ancient ideas from glowing like coals under the fresh belief. One night, the priest visits the houses himself. He holds a little lamp and talks gently about regret. He urges each household to keep pure hearts, to admit faults before the sacred day. He is kind but alert, his breath steaming in the lamp glow. When he goes, the room feels more silent, weightier. But as soon as his steps die, someone snickers and cuts the quiet. Pure hearts, huh? He'd better begin with his. Chuckles spread through the space, small and defiant. Later, you stroll the village once more. Frost sparkles like ground glass on each roof. The air is motionless, almost holy. You pass the church where a lone candle shines in the window. Inside the altar shines with fresh fabric, stitched by the women in hidden times. Each stitch a devotion, each thread an offering. It's a lovely idea that even the poorest can give something crafted by hand. You see how silent everything is. The normal clang of the blacksmith's hammer, the buzz of talk, even dogs yelping, all hushed. It's as if the world pauses its breath. This is Advent's real pace. Control, waiting, respect. You begin to sense it inside you as well. The hunger lessens, replaced by a sort of peace. When dark comes, the stars are so keen they nearly sting your sight. You stay awake on your straw mat, hearing the faint noises of the village. Somewhere, an infant weeps. Elsewhere, someone hums a soothing song. You gaze at the beams and picture the heat of the coming meal. The idea wraps you like a cover. Yet not all follow the restriction. You catch whispers of those who steal bits of bacon or drink beer in the shadows. The reeve acts unaware if the priest doesn't learn. Even sanctity has gaps. One elder jokes that restriction keeps him youthful since his body is too empty to grow old. You chuckle softly at that, even as your stomach rumbles. Tomorrow the priest will bless the candles for the time, melting old wax into fresh. He says, "The light of Advent must burn constant, sign of hope in the darkest times." You ponder that as you slip toward sleep. Maybe the light is not just in the candles, but in the folks themselves, lean, tired, shaking, yet still chuckling, still awaiting delight. You dream of meals, of heat, of bells sounding over the snow. Somewhere in that dream, a voice says the waiting is almost done. The frost has thickened, sticking to each branch and window. But the village feels more vital than last week. The air carries pine sap and moist soil, for this is when you and your neighbors start bringing the woods inside. Evergreen twigs hang from entrances, twisted into circles and decorations. The land may rest under snow, but in each house, green growth sneaks back. You haul a bunch of ivy and holly down the path, your hands tacky with resin. The leaves shine even in low light, glossy and stubbornly vital. In mid-December, that seems like a tiny wonder. From old church records, villages in England, France, and Germany all adorned their homes with evergreens during this time, long before they became signs of Christmas trees. The plants reminded all that life could beat winter. The women pick ivy because it holds on, winding around anything it meets, a silent symbol of lasting. The men like holly for its red berries, showing that beauty can grow in tough times. The spiky leaves also have a useful role, placed over doors to block stray ghosts, or so the tales say. One interesting small habit you spot is that holly brought by a man must pair with ivy from a woman, or the next year will lean toward bad luck. Kids giggle as they pull in more branches, faces flushed from chill. Some hum the same basic melody, a winter song handed down over years. No one recalls who first taught it or what it says, but the tune brings a sense of ease older than any lesson. Researchers puzzle if these folk tunes started as Christian songs or pieces of pagan rites that the church let quietly live. Either way, they heat the cold air with noise. You enter a house to aid in hanging the decorations. Inside, the fire's warmth surrounds you. The smell of pine mixes with baking bread. Smoke drifts lazily to the beams, drawing paths across the low top. The walls are dim and rough, but the greenery changes them. A gentle shine of life against dirt and mud. A small wooden cross above the door is now draped with ivy. It looks simple and sacred. A grandma adjusts a cluster of mistletoe over the fire. She gives you a knowing glance and says, "Stand under it, and you owe a kiss." You laugh, though your face warms. That habit may not be as ancient as she believes, but people hold to it anyway. Writers of the era note how mistletoe stirred mixed views, holy to old druids, doubtful to priests, yet tempting to the young. Even in a time of restriction and devotion, love finds ways. As dusk falls, you go out again. The snow starts lightly, Soft flakes shine in the light from house windows. Every entrance glows with green. Every frame bristles with holly. The whole village appears living, as if the woods has shifted in to stand guard. A few locals whisper that if the ivy sags before the new year, sickness comes. No one risks it, so the plants get water from thawed snow. In the village middle, the priest walks by, his cloak wet and heavy. He pauses to check the adornments, frowning at mistletoe, but approving holly. Keep it free of old beliefs, he warns gently, though his breath hints at beer. The locals nod and grin, but when he looks away, they add another ivy sprig to the church entrance. It's said that even priests, after many years, quit battling the woods. A fun oddity from the era says some locals spoke to their plants at night, asking them to protect the home from harm. Whether devotion or charm, no one knows, but each leaf seems to hear. In a world where tempests could steal your roof and illness take your child, a murmur to the greenery seemed safe, maybe wise. Later that night, the fire dims. You rest on your straw bed, seeing shadows from holly branches move on the wall. The dancing leaves make tiny claw forms that sway with the breeze. You picture them as small protectors, stopping the frost from seeping too deep into your body. Somewhere out, an owl hoots, slow and far. The noise echoes in the calm. Most medieval records agree that these little habits, collecting green, placing holly, singing old melodies, were as key as the big meal. They brought life to spots where life had gone. To hold something alive in midwinter was to trust for a bit that spring would come. You drift to sleep with the scent of pine and ash, the snap of the final log fading to quiet. The house creaks as it cools. A weak glow stays where the fire was. You ponder how odd it is that centuries on, folks will still do the same, bringing trees inside, hanging decorations, filling spaces with green when the outside world is white and dead. Maybe that's the true wonder of Christmas. Not the meal or presents, but the firm refusal to let darkness win. The morning sun is weak and cold, shining off the frost layer that covers all like glass. Your breath climbs in clouds as you join others outside the house. Today is killing day, and though the odor will upset your stomach, the whole village relies on what follows. The pigs in their pens grunt softly, unaware of what's coming. This is not meanness. This is living. It is noted that in December, just before Christmas, most villages in Europe slaughtered animals for winter. The cold preserved the meat, and the meal after was the closest to comfort any peasant could expect. You hold the wooden rail and watch as men collect with blades and pails, faces red from chill and drink. The reeve speaks blessings, though the words seem more routine than sacred. The noise hits fast, the squeal, the quiet, the thump, and then the air fills with blood and smoke scent. You turn away, but briefly. No one can waste anything. Kids rush forward with dishes and rags, gathering fat and pieces. The women ready boiling pots for making lard. It is a bloody, active dance done with the skill of years. One interesting small part of this practice is how villagers smeared a drop of pig blood on the doorway. They thought it kept sickness away in the dark months. It seems dark now, but to them it was safety. The blood labeled the home as vital, sharing the animal's power that just nourished them. Some whispered skipping it would bring bad fortune or shortage. The cutting goes on for hours. By noon, the yard is scattered with straw, feathers, and knife gleams. The smell is dense, metallic, and strangely reassuring. You start to see why the peasants look nearly happy. For once, they have abundance. There will be cured meat, sausages, soup, even grease for candles. The kids hurry parts to the smokehouse. Everyone joins this change from death to heat, lack to expectation. From old accounts, a share of the meat always went to the Lord's kitchen, a note that even in joy, the poor owed payment. But the Lord sent items back, maybe a pitcher of wine or a cheese wheel. The swap kept the village's weak balance. No one talked of justice, but all knew the rules. You assist in hanging meat strips in the smokehouse. The air inside is thick with fog. Logs snap under bacon slabs, and fat drops hiss into the fire. The aroma makes your gut twist with want. Someone gives you a piece of fresh liver, still hot, and you eat it without pause. It's salty, smoky, and richly good. For the first time in weeks, your body feels awake. Later, as the sun drops, the stained snow shines pink in the dim light. The men rinse their hands in buckets of icy water, chuckling as they pour the final beer into wooden mugs. One man, already wobbly, lifts his drink and yells, "To the pig that feeds us all." Laughter breaks out around him. You drink too. Though the beer tastes like sour bread, it warms nicely going down. Nothing is thrown away. The skin will be cleaned and dried for shoes, the bones cooked for stock, the fat made into soap and lights. Even the bladder gets used, sealed and dried. It turns into a play ball for the kids. It's strangely moving to see a child kicking something that was dinner just hours ago. Some writers from the 14th century said villagers saw this day as both holy and risky. Blood brought good, but could draw trouble if spilled wrong. To spill on church land was a curse. To spill on frozen ground was luck, even centuries later. No one fully grasps where that idea came from, though experts think it may stem from ancient harvest practices. As dark falls, you follow the group to the main hall where the first small meal starts. A pot of soup bubbles on the fire, thick with meat and onions. The room shines with light from fat candles, their sweet, oily scent blending with steam. Kids curl by the fire, too stuffed to speak. The elders hum gently, the melodies slow and calming. A researcher once said this day, the slaughter day, captured the full contradiction of medieval life. Harshness and thanks, belief and fear, end and start. Watching the locals now, you see how accurate that is. They bless their food with one hand and toast their survival with the other. When you finally go out, the stars are keen in the black sky. The snow crunches under your boots. Behind you, chuckles spill from the hall, muffled by the cold. You feel something move in your heart. Not quite delight, not quite sorrow. Maybe relief. The worst winter is ahead. But tonight, all have eaten, and that's sufficient. You stop by the fence where the pigs were. The ground is hard and red. The air is completely still, except for the weak snap of fires. You look at the moon and realize that tomorrow, the same folks who held blades today will kneel in church and ask for mercy. And somehow both will fit perfectly. The frost glitters in the morning glow, as if the world is dusted with broken glass. Your breath steams ahead as you head to the ale shed behind the tavern. Inside, the air is warm and full with the scent of malt and yeast. A bunch of villagers circle a large wooden tub, chuckling as they mix a bubbling brew with long paddles. It is brewing day, and the mood feels shifted, less dark, more positive. From the few records left, brewing was a key group task in medieval villages, especially near Christmas. Each home gave barley or oats, and the drink was shared freely, or nearly so, during the 12 days of joy. The ale was dense, dark, and often sweet, flavored with honey or herbs rather than hops. For peasants, it was both beverage and nourishment, a safe swap for water and a boost in the cold. You watch as a woman named Agnes adds dried rosemary to the tub. Keeps bad spirits out, she says with a smile. You're not sure if she's serious, but no one objects. In a world where disease and bad luck seem to think for themselves, why chance it? One interesting small practice is that some brewers cut little crosses into their mixing paddles before starting, thinking it makes the ale stronger and less prone to spoil. The mix bubbles and steams. The smell is strong, sharp, and earthy. The men sample it with wooden spoons, nodding agreement. Kids cluster near the door, acting like they help, but mainly hoping for a taste. A few get one. By day's end, almost all will be a bit lightheaded, and no one finds that odd. Most records from the time show that alewives, women who made and sold ale, were central in village life. They were business owners in a world that gave women little freedom. The church allowed them, but barely. Too much gain or too much fun, and the priest would charge vanity or wrong. Some historians disagree if these women were viewed as trusted suppliers or suspect figures close to magic. Either way, all relied on them. The method is slow. Barley soaks, boils, and cools before straining. You help lug heavy water buckets from the well, your arms sore. Each bucket steams in the freeze. The smell grows richer, heavier, nearly sweet. Someone starts a rough beat tune about St. Nicholas and his beer-loving monks. Soon all sing, stamping boots to the rhythm. It's not exactly a hymn, but it feels like one. In the tavern, the first barrels from last week's brew are tapped. The floor packs with locals. Smoke from the fire rolls over the beams, and chuckles bounce off the walls. A fiddler plays in the corner, his fingers red from cold. You sway to the beat, the ale's warmth spreading in your chest. One nice belief says, if the first drop of new ale hits the floor, leave it for luck. To wipe it insults the drink's spirit. So of course, someone tips a cup on purpose, laughing as it splashes on the stones. The priest acts unaware. As day turns to evening, the locals share pitchers at tables. They toast the crop, their beasts, babies born, and elders gone. Each toast feels like a small devotion in laughs. From local records, this mix of faith and tipsiness frustrated clergy often. Yet even bishops said a Christmas without ale was barely Christmas. You rest against the wall, mug in hand, feeling the heat creep into your limbs. Outside, snow falls softly, without sound. The fire snaps. Someone starts another song, slower, about a sailor trading his soul for beer. The group joins the chorus, voices rough but happy. Near night's end, a young boy stands on a chair and calls himself Lord of the Ale. In a crown of straw and holly, the room claps. He commands more drinking, and they follow, half joking, half thankful for the reason. The reeve chuckles and acts to bow. It's safe chaos, a taste of uprising before daily toil. You sip your last ale and feel a nice haze over your mind. The music turns to a buzz, the laughs to whispers. In the corner, two old men nap by the fire, mugs still held. The air is dense with smoke and ease. It stays a puzzle to today's historians if medieval locales really thought drink could make a celebration holy or just forgot troubles easier with full cups. Either way, Ale is the season's beat, a simple change that turns grain, water, and waiting into delight. When you go out finally, the cold slaps your face like water. The snow shines pale under moonglow, and nearby someone sings still, their voice echoing in the calm. The world feels gentler now. You grin, drawing your cloak close, and head home through the shining frost. The warmth stays in your gut long after the tavern lights vanish. Your head throbs a bit from last night's ale, but the outside air is sharp enough to rouse even the drowsiest. A pink shine stretches over the sky, suggesting more snow. The village is active again, this time with intent. Today you're going to the winter market, a meeting that turns the quiet countryside into a whirl of hues, scents, and voices. You trail the others on a frozen trail, boots crunching on ice ridges. A cart ahead creaks under wool sacks and honey jars. A far bell sound floats over the fields. You hold your cloak tight, feeling the wind bite your face. It's a tough trip, but no one grumbles. For once there'll be tunes, items from other places, and the light thrill of strangers. It is noted that winter fairs were some of the few times medieval peasants could buy, sell, and trade without direct lord meddling. Even the poorest might save coins for this. The markets were short bursts of liberty, a proved mess, where rich and poor mixed without normal walls. As you near the market's edge, the smell strikes first. Wood smoke, roasting chestnuts, animal waste, and fresh bread. Then the sound grows. Sellers yelling prices, goats bleating, kids laughing, and somewhere a drum's steady beat. Stalls line the square, roofs sagging under frost. Lanterns swing in the breeze, coloring the view in shifting gold and shade. You stop to soak it in. There's a butcher offering sausages still steaming in the cold. A woman from a close village selling bright ribbons dyed with berries. A monk vending charms and relics. Some real, some maybe not. One interesting detail from old fair records says even priests sometimes joined the rush, selling forgiveness or holy items to fix churches. No one minded the double standard much. A set of jugglers performs by the well, throwing wooden clubs while the crowd cheers. Next to them, a fiddler scrapes a lively melody, and a few bold ones dance despite the chill. You smile, the beat pulling at your feet. A kid dashes past, holding a sugar stick, rare and costly, licking it like a prize. You almost taste the sweet in the air. At one corner, a seller shows spices from distant places. Nutmeg, cinnamon, cloves. The aroma draws you. You can hardly trust such things reach here. Straight from Venice, the seller claims, though his speech sounds local. From surviving trade notes, these rare spices often passed many hands before small villages. Each bit worth a lot. Nearby, a fortune teller in a mended cloak reads palms for a penny. Your luck grows with the snow, she tells one farmer, eyes bright under her hood. The group laughs, tossing coins anyway. Folk experts note such women were feared and wanted, half healer, half performer. No one truly trusted them, yet all heard. You pause to buy rough wool length, trading barley for it. The seller approves, wrapping it in paper. The deal feels almost formal, a reminder that even basic swaps tie people. Business, in its way, is as sacred as devotion out here. By noon, the square is full. You spot known faces among unknowns. The smith from your village, apron black with soot. The reeve bargaining salt price. A young pair holding hands, shyly by a bread stall. For a bit, you forget winter's hard. The world feels larger, brighter, full of chance. One fun oddity of medieval winter markets was selling wonder items, tiny clay charms like pigs, angels, or shoes. People thought they brought luck, birth, or better crops. You lift one, a small bird with painted wings. It feels coarse but comforting. The seller says it keeps bad dreams away if hung over your bed. You don't know if you trust him, but you buy it. As afternoon wanes, snow falls gently through lantern light. The air fills with music and chuckles. Somewhere, a storyteller starts a tale of Saint Martin and his magic horse. The group draws close, faces shining in fire glow. You listen, letting his voice carry you. Scholars puzzle if these winter fairs were more trade or keeping community spirit through shared fancy. Maybe both. When the story ends, people clap, toss coins, and start home. You wrap your new cloth around your shoulders and follow through the darkening path. The snow crunches under boots. Ahead, the village shines with firelight, smoke rising into purple sky. As you walk, you think how breakable and pretty this small world is. A few houses, some animals, a bit of frozen land. Yet in these short days, it feels plenty. The fair may vanish by dawn, the laughter fade, but for now all carry home a spark of heat, hidden like a secret coal. You glance at the small clay bird in your hand, its wings chipped, but shape firm. You smile, feeling a faint stir of hope. Tomorrow, life returns to usual beat. But tonight, the market's memory hums softly in your mind, like the last tone of a song that won't go. By the next evening, the village buzzes with fresh energy. The air inside houses is warmer, thick with smoke and chuckles. Christmas nears, and with it comes what the priest tries to control, but never fully does: the festival of Misrule. It starts softly, as many risky things do, with a quip, a wink, and a fool's crown made from straw and holly. You stand near the tavern door, watching the crowd cheer. A boy of 16 climbs on a table, smiling wide. Someone sets the rough crown on him. The group shouts approval, yelling, "Hail the Lord of Misrule!" He bows grandly, acting to bless them. For one night, order flips. The low become rulers, and the devout become cheerful wrongdoers. From several medieval records, this habit of naming a lord of misrule was common in England and parts of France. The church allowed it, though uneasily. Priests saw it as a vent for the poor, letting disorder out before obedience returned. Still, it often went too far. The edge between fun play and true uprising was thin as string. You enter. The tavern is crowded. The smell of ale, sweat, and wood fire wraps you like a thick cloak. Tables fill with locals, faces red with drink. The new lord stands on the bench, voice loud over the din. "By nonsense power, I order laughter," he yells. The group follows with cheers that shake the walls. A strange small habit follows. The fool king picks his queen, usually a bashful girl who turns red as she's led to stand with him. Together they rule the games, giving fake punishments and silly tasks. You see one man hop like a frog till he spills his mug, another sing with head in cloth. The laughter is wild, and even the priest in the corner stiffly can't hide a grin. It's notable that in this instant the village pulses with contrast. All know tomorrow they'll kneel in church, scrape frost from fields, bow to the reeve and lord, but tonight they rule their own. One writer noted this night, "Let peasants taste freedom safely, and looking around you, feel how much that freedom counts." A local belief adds charm to the night. If the Lord of Misrule spills his drink 3 times, The year brings storms and ruined crops. So naturally, locals do all to make him spill, laughing till tears flow. The fool king holds his mug with both hands, balancing like a boat in waves. He manages a while, but trips over a dog. The ale splashes, and all groan like the world ended. Some experts think this whole rite had ancient origins, maybe from old solstice events, honoring the year's turn with wild parody. Nobody's sure, though. It might just be humans needing one night to forget power. You watch the mock king lifted on shoulders, carried out into snow, laughter echoing into dark. Stars are clear and sharp over roofs. Torches burn in cold air. People sing a rough melody, part hymn, part drinking tune. The beat catches, and soon you're singing too. Even the reeve, face red and staggering, joins the chorus. For once, ranks dissolve fully. All are just voices in the night, rising together against chill. When singing fades, the group flows back to the tavern. A roast goose turns over the fire, fat dripping and hissing in flames. The smell waters your mouth. Kids peek from the door, eyes bright. The Lord of Misrule, seated like a king, says all must dance before eating. A fiddler tunes strings, and soon benches move aside. The floor thumps under feet. You dance too, turning in smoky air till legs ache. The laughter never stops. Someone hands a mug. Someone slaps your back. It's mess, but the good kind. Even the priest, trying to look stern, taps his foot to the beat. As night deepens, the fire dims. A woman tells a story of a beggar who fooled the devil on Christmas Eve. The group quiets, leaning in. Her voice rises and falls like melody. When she ends, there's a pause before the room claps. It's odd how quickly chuckles turn to wonder here. Before the fire dies, the Lord of Misrule stands, lifting his mug. Tomorrow we go back to reason, he says, grin soft. But tonight we lived like rulers. The group agrees softly. The moment feels soft, almost sacred. Outside, snow falls fine and shining. You step out and watch it drift through torch glow. The world is utterly still, except for faint laughter echo from the tavern. For a quick second, you feel that odd balance between devotion and uprising that marks these lives. Even centuries on, experts debate if this chaotic night built faith or softly questioned it. Perhaps both. After all, in winter's middle, when the world feels fragile and tiny, laughter might be the purest devotion. Dawn slips gently over the village, a weak light leaking through low clouds. The air feels dense, holding the soft buzz of something holy. The night of chuckles and misrule is gone, replaced by the calm weight of Christmas Eve. You hear the church bell ringing far off, its deep tone rolling through frosted fields. The locals, eyes blurry but serious, start readying for midnight mass. You take the known path to the church, boots snapping on thin ice crust. Your breath rises like smoke in the cold. The small stone structure waits at the wood's edge, roof dusted with snow, windows flickering weakly with candle glow. Inside, the scent of beeswax and incense floats, sweet and smoky. Low praying voices reach you before you push the creaking door. Most medieval accounts agree this night was Christmas's true core, when even the poorest gathered under one roof to recall a tale that outlived kings and lands. No matter how tired or hungry, the villagers came, wrapped in coarse wool and faith. The floor is laid with rushes and pine branches, soft underfoot and scented. You enter, and the door shuts with a soft thump that blocks the winter. The church is dim, save for altar candles, flames moving like small stars. You sit by a woman holding her baby, her face lit by the shine. The priest stands before the group, voice deep but kind as he starts the Mass. He speaks of light entering dark, of hope reborn in the coldest time. Even if you don't catch every Latin word, its flow feels like a known song. It is recorded that midnight service in small villages was both holy and social, an occasion that blurred worship and meeting. Neighbors who hadn't talked all year now shared warm looks. For hours, all were equal under candle glow. The choir sings, voices rough yet lovely. The sound climbs to the beams, mixing with resin and fat scent. It fills the space fully, and you feel it in your chest. A shake more than tune. You look around and see faces raised, eyes shut, lips moving silently in prayer. In this dancing half-light, even common folks seem shining. A rather interesting habit catches your eye. Between prayers, boys dressed as shepherds walk the aisle, holding wooden staffs and singing in playful beat. They act the birth, awkward and sincere, the baby Jesus a rag bundle, but villagers smile genuinely. A few chuckle softly when one shepherd misses his line. The priest acts to frown, but hides a grin behind his sleeve. Some experts note these quick shows were early folk theater, born in parish churches. The line between devotion and fun was loose, and that looseness let people feel nearer to the divine. After all, faith lived not just in words, but in chuckles, shared heat, friends' faces. You note wax dripping slowly down candles, thick and gold. It pools on the altar like solid sun. The priest lifts a cup, and the group kneels. The floor creaks softly under bodies and winter garb. Outside, wind moans on walls, but inside there's only calm. You almost feel the beat of 100 hearts, steady and respectful. When the last song fades, the priest blesses and steps back. For a long moment, no one stirs. Then, one by one, they stand, move slow and soft, as if rising from shared sleep. Candles flicker and shadows play on stone walls. You stare at one candle burning brighter, flame tall and straight, defying the draft from the door. A nice belief from old folkways says, if a candle burns clean through midnight mass, the family who lit it has peace all year. If it goes out, bad luck follows. You see several glance nervously at theirs, holding breath each wind stir. One woman cups hers quietly, murmuring a prayer. The service ends, and villagers step into cold night. The sky is black cloth, dotted with stars so clear they seem touchable. Someone hums softly, a carol carrying through silence like a soothing song. You join, voice low. The sound mixes with snow crunch under feet, faint donkey harness jingle, distant dog bark. Nobody's fully sure when first Christmas carols started, though some writers credit the 12th century. What counts here is the music lasts. It turns the night tender and boundless. As you head back to the village, fingers hurt from cold, but heart feels lighter. You think of shepherd boys and crooked staffs, the candle that wouldn't die, faces glowing like coals in half dark. The outside world may be frozen, but inside something fresh has sparked. When you reach your house, the fire has dimmed, leaving red coals. You stir them softly, watching sparks rise. The room smells lightly of pine and smoke. You sit on your straw bed, hearing faint church bell echo far. Its beat slows each time till gone. The village rests, stars steady, And in the hush after, you feel the soft joy of being alive in winter's heart. By the time Christmas morning's first weak light spreads over the horizon, the village stirs. The scent of roasting meat floats in frosty air, dense and welcoming. Smoke twists from every chimney, lazy toward a sky promising snow. You go out, cold nipping your nose, and see people hurrying between houses, baskets covered in cloth. The calm seriousness of last night's Mass has turned to cheerful bustle. Today is the feast, the day all awaited. After weeks of restriction, thin soups, and simple prayers, it's time to eat. Even the poorest home will have something rich, for this isn't a day to count money. You almost taste the joy in the air. From old records, Christmas Day was one few times in the medieval year when workers could rest, eat freely, visit without penalty. Lords opened grain stores. Church often gave bread and ale to needy. For a short time, it was as if hunger and ranks agreed to truce. In a neighbor's house, the air is thick with heat. A big iron pot bubbles on the fire, full of mutton and roots. A pork piece sizzles nearby, fat popping in flames. The table crowds with slabs of rough bread, dried apples, steaming puddings. Kids sit legs crossed on floor, eyes wide, waiting shares. A woman stirs custard thick with egg and ale, humming quietly. An interesting food detail from the era is baking whole birds in pies, sometimes smaller inside larger. You see one here. Crust gold and cracked, smell almost overwhelming. The baker says it brings luck if shared even among all. No one takes the biggest piece. The feast starts slow with thanks prayer. Then comes knife-on-plate noise, full-mouth laughs, low satisfaction rumble. You rip bread, dip in broth, taste deep smoky meat richness. It feels almost sacred to eat so much after long without. Kids dart, cheeks flushed from heat and thrill. One boy sneaks extra sausage, gets mock scold from mom. The room smells pepper and smoke, faces glowing everywhere. For a moment, you forget most will hunger again by spring. Now all are rich. From one 15th century note, even humblest Christmas table tried to copy nobility, at least in feel. Maybe spiced wine, not mead, holly wreath on table, or one fine dish in center for show. You see that effort here. Someone draped tablecloth with embroidered linen from church. All pretend not to see. A odd belief circles the feast. First to spill salt will have bad luck before next harvest. So when small pouch tips, hands reach to steady. Laughter after breaks tension, but pouch tied tighter. Halfway in meal, door opens, parish priest enters, brushing snow from cloak. Crowd quiets respectfully as he blesses. He takes ale cup, drinks long before smiling. A good meal, he says, well earned. His tone softens. He looks less godly, more like them. Later, tables cleared, men gather by fire to drink. Women swap talk by window. Someone starts song about three kings following star. Melody uneven, but true. You join quietly, voice blending. The song fills small room like second fire. It stays unclear if sharing food with strangers on Christmas came from true kindness or church duty. Whatever, generosity feels natural here. As night deepens, families carry leftover plates to old neighbors. Kids wrap bread bits in cloth for beggars tomorrow. Kindness, like heat, spreads best shared. Outside, snow falls thick and soft. Moon glows faint behind clouds. Village looks almost magic. From every chimney, smoke drifts up, carrying feast scent into night. Nearby, someone laughs full and hearty, echoing off frozen walls. You stand in doorway, breath mixing with smoke, belly full, hands warm. Night feels endless and calm. Behind, fire crackles, soft voice murmur like sea. You think of winters before, winters after. For now, food, laughter, light. The world, if only for night, seems kind. The fire from last night's feast still glows weakly in the hearth when you wake. The aroma of roasted meat hangs, blending with cooling ale sweetness. Outside, snow deepened, muffling sounds, so when you step into lane, village seems to breathe silently. Then you hear faint melody from tavern, thin pipe cry. The day after Christmas never stays quiet long. You follow music to square, where fiddler stands, stamping boots for warmth. Around, few locals dance slow circles, laughs rising in steam bursts. From several medieval diaries, days after Christmas often grew more joyful than feast. Work forbidden, drink plentiful, people found reasons to keep fires burning, songs going. Inside tavern, benches pushed for music space, walls stained with smoke, beams hung with dried holly. Someone beats drum from stretched hide, sound echoing low ceiling. A woman sings about ship sailing frozen seas to find newborn Christ. Voice rough, steady, stronger for it. From Norfolk Parish Record, villagers spent second and third Christmas days visiting homes, sharing left food or ale, called keeping feast alive. You see that spirit here. Each entry brings cheers, another mug filled. No invite needed, just will to sing. One interesting habit unfolds by fire. Boys circle, each with wooden spoon. Center sits hot ale pot with spices. They dip turns, but one pretends sleep while another steals share. When sleeper catches thief, punishment sing carol alone. Laughter after warm as drink. In corner, two older men carve flutes from hollow reeds, fingers delicate. They give one to little girl who blows shy note squeaking, making all laugh. Sound fills room like sun. One man says music keeps bad spirits from fire close. Whether dead spirits or ale ones, no one asks. From local church warnings, priests often disapproved such fun, calling profane noise. But even they knew music part of season's human side. When labor ruled other days, song was defiance. A nice oddity from northern villages says musicians playing on St. Stephen's Day start tunebacks to door, or music calls wind. Here fiddler does, bow scraping fast as snow swirls out. Shadow leaps wild on wall, thin long like dancing ghost. Hours pass in blur of beat and laughs. Woman claps time-stirring broth, spoon keeping rhythm. Boy stamps feet by her, copying fiddler. Soon, even tired sway seated. Air thick with heat and smoke, no one minds. This warmth earned by joy. Some historians think gatherings more than celebration, quiet claims of who they were together. Music reminded poor of unity. Single heartbeat against winter silence. Watching faces now lined, flushed, glowing, you sense truth. By nightfall, fiddler slows bow, drawing last note to calm. Sound lingers like breath on glass. Room quiets. Then softly, someone hums. Tune spreads, growing gentle carol, almost prayer. Refrain speaks hope not ending, spring hidden under frost. You hum too, voice whisper. When song fades, people drift home. Air out sharp, but no longer mean. You hear faint melodies from other houses, each its small band. Smoke rises ribbons through starlight. carrying day's laughs to sky. As you walk snow, you tap fingers on leg, keeping rhythm won't leave. Far, dog barks once, quiets. You smile, half humming, half shivering. It stays unclear if spontaneous joys, remnants ancient pagan music rites, or human need fill dark with sound. Whatever origin, belong nights like this. Music gone, warmth stays chest, steady as heart's slow beat. You reach door, push open, step faint, dying fire glow. Coals pulse softly, remembering song. You sit by, eyes close. Last thing here before sleep, wind out, moving trees rhythm almost fiddler's tune, carrying feast memory, frozen night. Morning comes soft drizzle snow, kind drifts not falls. Fields glimmer faint pale light. Inside, ash scent lingers, mixed faint yesterday ale sweetness. Christmas still ahead, each day small joy. Today talk charity, though not all agree meaning. You follow villagers' churchyard line by doors. Priest stands threshold, robes lifted cold, blessing each basket. Inside bread, cheese, few coins for poorest families. Parish rolls record every community expected alms-giving Christmas tide. But form depended spare and willingness after feast days. Merchant nearby town arrives sack-dried peas, wine jug. Crowd murmurs approval, though some whisper show. Charity carries odd pride. You notice woman slip bread heel another's hand without fuss. No blessing, speech, just quick kindness. Somehow purer than prayers. Charming custom among children. They walk house holly branches, singing verses for food scraps or coins. Sort game, gentle reminder adults' generosity expected. One child sings off key, earns not just coin pie slice. Laughter rings louder bell. From fragmentary sermon monastery archive, priests warned charity without humility, worse greed. Yet admitted public giving inspired others. You watch villagers well, trading food bits gossip, hands chapped steady. Giving rhythm warms air. Later, cottage. Help prepare loaf widow edge woods. Dough coarse heavy. Press thumbprint top. Mark bring blessing. Deliver, she invites in. Cottage dim smoky. Pours thin ale, tells youth stories. Winter's colder this. Charity meant living. We shared everything, soft. Nothing else share. Researchers note later Middle Ages, giving Christmas turned communal duty, personal piety. People gave save souls, help neighbors. Perhaps both. Watching villages today, sense even small kindnesses tangled hope, mercy. Out again, air carries roasting nuts, pine smoke. Children chase lanes, waving holly. Doorway, farmer argues wife grain give church tithe. Spare it, she says. God see. He frowns, nods. Small barley sack apron. Feed another's child nightfall. Curious superstition among villagers. Refuse give Christmas week, bread moldy New Year. Baker swears happened miserly man. No one remembers who. True not, story works. Stingest hands loosen reminded. Evening falls, priest back bless remaining food. Breath fogs cold as speaks magi gifts Christ child. Villagers bow heads. Behind, church candles flicker, light glinting altar brass. Moment, gold seams melt shadows, heaven earth swapped. Last offering night, young girl 10. Places tiny bundle cloth priest's feet. Inside, wooden toy carved herself, rough careful. Priest hesitates, kneels touches hand. This, says, best gift all. Crowd murmurs soft, feel shift inside. Warmth, nothing fire. Ceremony ends, people drift home snow. Wind picked up, carrying voices song threads. You walk slowly, watching window glows appear one. Each cottage own quiet feast, own gratitude. Remains uncertain, historians' rituals giving lessons suffering softened edges. Those winters, kindness not idea, bread shared warm. Back home, sit hearth watch, flame dance. Think widow, girl wooden toy, laughter children singing coins. Outside snow falls steady, wrapping world silence. While imagine silence mercy, night gives back. Close eyes, fire sound, heartbeat stillness. Sun struggles rise, pale mist. Turning sky, old linen color. Hear laughter, open door. Out, children run lane, boots splashing slush yesterday snow. Cheeks glow red cold. Voices high bright. Today theirs. Adults nurse light headaches, tend slow fires. Young take village. You step crisp air, watch boys chase sticks dressed ribbons. Each carries small bag scraps, feast bread bits, roasted apples, hard sugar. Their day play perform, no adult tell stop. From monastic records, days Christmas New Year often ruled children's games, mock rituals, boy bishops. Some led processions, borrowed church robes, blessing adults collecting coins, mischief. Edge square, little girls build call holy stable. Stack straw, twigs, small stones, miniature manger. One places wooden doll inside, wrapped cloth scrap. Others kneel, pretend sing hymns. Voices waver drift, soft bird song. Smile, heart lighten. Hard tell, play ends, prayer begins. One interesting custom shape, children parade streets. Baskets ash water. Knock doors chant, clean hearth, clean heart. Women laugh, drop coins, nuts baskets. Refuse, children toss ash, pinch doorstep. Small harmless curse, all take good humor. Chronicler Yorkshire complained pestering children disrupted Christmastide solemnity, but Joy Eyes, village wouldn't otherwise. Priest watches church gate, expression torn disapproval amusement. Too much laughter, mutters, doesn't stop. Knows holy season ends, play vanish, replaced work, silence, obedience. Now let rule tiny world. Midday, market square alive sound. Older boys stage mock nativity, assigning roles noisy debate. Rooster angel, goat reluctant shepherd. Performance clumsy hilarious. One boy forgets line, another makes up. Peace all, even Reeve. Crowd laughs bursts. Even Reeve, red-faced smiling, tosses coin feet. Parish writings document children, often Heart Village celebration. Adults honored saints' rituals, young turned season wonder. Games carried faith echoes, freedom laugh it. Notice sternest elders soften day. Joy sound hard resist. Rather curious folklore detail says day. Angels walk children unseen, whispering mischief ideas. Mothers claim tell child touched. Angel eyes gleam brighter, laughter sharper. Look around. Think whole village blessed invisible visitors today. Evening falls. Laughter fades quieter sounds. Children gather churchyard, holding candles clay holders. Light 1 faces glowing lanterns dusk. Together sing simple carol Christ child sleeping cold. Tune slow haunting, carrying air wind bare trees. Adults join softly, creating low harmony warms night. Scholars puzzle childhood processions, religious devotion training adult rituals. Perhaps both teach reverence play. Watching small flames tremble dark, sense children understand something adults forgotten. Joy shared wholly own. After final verse, children blow candles scatter, laughter trailing sparks. Square grows quiet. You linger, looking faint smoke, wisps rising extinguished flames. Tallow pine smell lingers, moment air, sacred stillness. Return cottage, fire burned low. Stir embers, orange glow brightens room. Still hear faint singing echoes outside. Fading families settle night. Table small gift, carved wood star shape. Child left. Fingers rough surface, smiling. Remains unclear, historians' village customs. Children's play, deeper meaning, simply joy, fragments, untouched church strictness. Hardly matters. Nights like, laughter, faith share breath. World softer, lighter. Place wooden star hearth, catches firelight. Shadows around move gently, almost dancing. Out, snow begins, thin, slow, lullaby world. Sit while, listening, crackle fire fades, quiet rhythm sleep. Next morning, gray still. Kind day breath hangs air footsteps loud. Feasting laughter quieted, replaced slower moves, lower voices. Wake fire crackling weakly, last coals glowing ash bed. Out, snow untouched, smooth parchment. Perfect day reflection. Make hearth, stir embers till small flame holds. Light flickers room, catching dried holly hangs door. Berries darkened, leaves glossy. Remember hung weeks ago, believing guardhouse winter. Looking now, wonder worked, power comfort belief. After quick porridge ale meal, step out. World silent except distant crows. Villagers move slow lane, wrapped thick cloaks. Follow church priest announced gathering. Not service exactly, time shared prayers stories. Fill gap holy days. Inside church feels different midnight mass. Air heavier, scented old wax damp stone. People sit small groups back hearth, talking quietly. Priest starts reading, soon talk drifts. Someone asks angels walk earth Christmastide. Another swears saw light fields last night, could sign. Discussion hums softly, half faith, half fancy. Surviving records small parishes, informal gatherings, often debates miracles signs. Blurred theology folklore, church-taught villagers always believed. Sense mixture, curiosity, comfort woven. One man speaks dream feast. White figure offered bread turned light. Priest nods approving, calling grace vision. Old woman counters own tale. Blackbird flew, cottage refused leave. Vanished whispered prayer. Warning, eyes wide. Few nod agreement. Others smile kindly. Curious saying circulates talk. No dream comes empty days. Christ means every vision, even silly, carries message. Find wondering dreams, trying tell. Conversation drifts magic. Someone mentions old belief, holly leaves repel witches burned sunrise. Another claims church bells drive, wandering spirits roam 12 days. Priest frowns, doesn't interrupt. Knows better challenge traditions openly. Scholar centuries later observed medieval peasants saw no contradiction, faith folklore. World alive meaning. Angels ghosts, blessings curses, part unseen tapestry. Feel truth room, every candle flame, listens burns. As day passes, priest brings bread cheese share. Simple meal turns debate family gathering sermon. People laugh, tease, tell stories, shift holy humorous. Man jokes Reeves donkey brays sinners. Everyone roars. Even priest chuckles, mutters quick prayer. Out, dusk falls early. Snow glows faint blue fading light. Villagers step cold again, breath rising small clouds. Some carry candles, others torches. Procession forms naturally, no order. Move together lane, singing softly. Carol simple, plea warmth, mercy long winter. Join, voice trembling, slight cold. Song ends, group disperses, each heading fire. Sound doors closing echoes village, soon world quiet. Linger moment, watching last candlelight fade behind frosted windows. Sky, deep velvet gray. Somewhere above, first snowflakes fall. Some researchers say mid-festival gatherings, communal therapy, weave faith everyday survival. Whether true, sense healing coming together, wonder aloud. Even doubts safer shared. Walk home slow, boots crunching fresh snow. Reach cottage, holly door rustles breeze whispering secret. Inside, fire died. Kneel feed new wood, watch flames flare life. Moment, listen wind outside, low moan distant voice. Think old woman's blackbird, man's glowing bread dream, own quiet questions. Flames flicker, movement almost see faces forming, stories trying tell. Then fade, light remains. Stretch near warmth, feeling day tension slip. Air smells wood smoke, faint pine. Thoughts grow slow, heavy snow settling roof. Whatever beyond winter, now safe inside. Days now blend. Morning soft, air thick mist. Faint crows echo bare trees fields. Wake slow hearth crackle, smoke smell. Christmas not ended. Stretches what all call 12 days. Span celebration stillness before work starts. Step out, cloak tight. Frost clings branch, roofs sparkle dim sun. Village quieter, world resting much noise joy. Few children chase snow, laughter faint. Dogs bark lazy, too cold run. Feels peaceful almost forget hardship waits beyond winter. Old calendars. 12 days, Christmas sacred gap. Time between worlds, old year faded. New not begun. Work forbidden. People filled with food, prayer, small rituals. Peasants believed days held power. Spirits wandered free. Future shaped small acts. Inside cottages, celebration rhythm continues, slower. Families gather, eat feast leftovers. Pies warmed, bread softened fire. Ale, thinned water, last. Talk easy, filled festival memories. Laughs who sang worst, fell asleep last carol. Autumn hunger forgotten while. Curious custom repeats morning. First stir, fire whisper blessing flame. Keep warm kind till spring. Fire catches quick, means good fortune. Smoke turns black, warns illness. Take turn one morning, breath held. Watch flame flicker, uncertain leaps life. Relief sigh escapes. Priest visits, often days, reminding balance, celebration, gratitude. Brings saints miracles stories. Voice steady soothing. Some listen, doze. Others glance door, thinking forbidden chores. Doesn't scold. Knows faith needs rest prayer. Evenings, neighbor groups wander house. Small lanterns, turnips. Sing songs change slightly cottage. Verses added forgotten ale flows. Join procession, cold stinging cheeks. Boy ahead holds bell rings between songs. Sound carries frozen fields, clear bright. Medieval accounts, nightly rounds serve devotion mischief. Singers blessed homes, begged drink, threatening sorrow song turned away. Half charm, half challenge. Locals, not wanting bad luck, always offered bread, ale, fat fire. Walk snow, notice stars shimmering above, sharper clouds cleared. Someone begins new carol, never heard. Refrain speaks warmth, hiding cold. kindness buried, not lost. Melody catches mind stays, voices fade. Strange tradition follows return home. Before sleep, take bread piece, dip ale, leave window wandering souls past night. Say dead visit 12 days, checking families. No one knows believe, no one forgets. Set bread carefully still. Scholars suggest extended celebration days, much fear joy. Year turning uncertain. Time people looked anxious, unknown. Filling nights fire music kept fear away. Watching candle flicker window, feel truth. Fifth night, festival rhythm changed. Laughter softer, songs fewer. People speak waiting chores, holy days end. Fields mend, tools sharpen, debts pay. Yet no one eager move fast. Comfort pause. Fragile time belongs everyone equal. Before sleeping, step outside once. Snow stopped, moon casts silver path fields. See faint smoke trails rising roof, village heartbeat. Air smells clean, edged wood frost. Moment, imagine world holding breath. Researchers discuss 12 days unified festival patchwork, older customs stitched centuries. Whatever origin, served perfect purpose. Remind even darkest year. Life pause without breaking. Return inside, settle fire. Bread sill untouched, though fancy smaller. Someone, something accepted offering. Idea makes smile shiver. Close eyes, listen faint wind whistle chimney. World outside waits, patient, frozen, kind now. Morning dawns pale windless. Wake hooves crunching frozen lane. Looking narrow window, see riders approach east. Cloaks fur trimmed, banners limp cold. Takes moment understand. Lord Manor visiting. Hurry dress, thickest tunic. Out. Villagers gathering, faces flushed cold excitement. Lord's men ride ahead, horses steaming, armor glinting faintly gray sky. Behind, cart creaks gifts meet, flour, wine. Center figure heavy blue wool cloak, gloved hands, knees. Doesn't smile, presence feels big. Household accounts record lords often visited villages 12 days. Show generosity, remind tenants duty. Gifts given, rents discussed, favors bestowed, power reaffirmed. What seemed kindness, often politics velvet. Priest meets procession first, bowing deep. Villagers follow, though not all kneel. Woman beside mutters husband, worked lord's fields years without seeing. Still, steward hands small coins, cloth bits. Hands reach eager. Gratitude, resentment share breath. Curious custom unfolds, lord dismounts. Reeve presents round bread salt sprinkled, symbol piece master people. Breaks, hands piece back, crowd cheers. Gesture practiced polite, notice villagers hide half quick, fearing taken. Inside manor hall, feast prepared lord men. You others wait out, stamping feet warm, listening muffled music within. Every often servant emerges tray leftovers villagers. Roasted meat, bread, watered wine cups. Generosity feels real moment, though no cost. Old Chronicle Kent. Peasants used visits, plead small favors. Permission gather wood, forgive unpaid rent, buy extra acre. Lord listen, nodding grave, making promises might not last trip keep. Today, same unfolds. Farmer steps, bowing low, hat hands. Lord listens, smiles faint. We see, says, means yes, no. Atmosphere shifts, musicians step out. Pair, fiddler drummer, play crowd. Children clap, villagers form ring, dancing snow. Lord watches doorway, expression hard red. Then, maybe moved music, tosses coin air. Boy catches cheers, Suddenly, square fills laughter as whole. One peculiar superstition circulates villagers, catches Lord's first-year coin luck till next winter. Boy's mother presses lips, pockets quick. For house, whispers. Weather brings luck, brings pride. Afternoon fades, Lord remounts horse. Villagers bow once, voices rough cheer. Wind picks, scattering last straw ribbons ground. Blue cloak ripples rides away, procession vanishing slow white distance. Crowd disperses, priest reeve remain well, counting little given. Handful coins, flour, promised church roof repairs. More nothing. Watch moment, turn home, boots heavy snow. Researchers puzzle lordly visits, true benevolence performances remind poor place. Perhaps both. Watching fading horse tracks, sense gratitude, dependence, inseparable threads world. Back cottage, fire burns low, pull cloak tighter, pour last ale cup. Out, wind howls soft, rattling door. Faint fiddler's tune drifts memory, mingling lord's coin, flashing air. Despite distance rich poor, music hunger seem belong everyone equal. Sit hearth last light fades window. Far off church bell rings. Slow hollow sound marking another day. Close eyes, letting rhythm settle chest. Moment, picture fields thawed green. Same Lord riding past, same people bowing. Time moves circles here, not lines. Within circles, life continues. Quiet, persistent, strangely beautiful. Next morning, cold deepened. Sky hangs low, heavy, dull silver pressing rooftops. Frost sparkles window panes, tracing delicate leaf vein patterns. Air smells faint smoke snow. Here before sea. Voices rising, falling harmony, moving slow lanes. Carolers coming. Step out, cloak shoulders close. Cluster villagers approaches church. Lanterns glowing fireflies dim light. Each carries cup jug, ready gift next household. Sing walk, notes simple bright, echoing frozen walls. Boot rhythm keeps time music, parish accounts, caroling blessing request. Singers offered good wishes year, return expected small token bread, ale, pennies. Refuse risk ill fortune, least bad name. Singing supper, old folks called, though wholly hungry. Join group stop cottage door. Oldest woman lifts lantern, light spills lined face. Calls greeting, group begins another song, voices weave like threads. Door opens, family steps smiling, holding ale jug loaf cloth. Pour pass around, warm liquid glowing amber cold. Charming detail local traditions, each carol verse hidden wish. First health, second wealth, third peace, last love. Here wishes melody now, soft, hopeful, rising air prayer. Procession moves, leaving laughter. Next house, farmer joins, voice booming loud birds startle trees. Children run beside, shaking small bells giggling. One boy trips, spilling crumb handful snow. Another helps gather quick, even smallest loss worth fixing tonight. Old verse fragment monastery library. Some songs rowdier, full jokes, half-forbidden stories. Priests complained, villagers mixed holy verses, tavern refrains, turning worship fun. Yet people refused stop. Line sacred, joyful, thin matter. Mid-after afternoon, singers flushed cold drink. Song sound winds every lane. Here even fields, faint clear, human warmth threading frozen distance. Village seems glow within. Doorway, woman invites everyone warm. Cottage smells apples smoke. Offers spiced bread slice, surface glistening honey. Carolers thank special verse, meant guard home illness fire. God rest kindly, sing, keep hearth harm. She wipes eyes, presses coin hands. Curious superstition singer forgets final carol verse. Season spirits visit, dreams teach properly. Whether believe, youngest boy insists remember every word. Small serious voice cuts crowd, steady candle flame. Light fades, snow falls, fine flower. Lanterns glow brighter dark. Group stops church, last song. Bell tolls soft above. Melody slows, shifting merry reverent. Final notes hang ere long, last voice silent. Historians suggest caroling medieval villages more music. Binding, stitch fragile community shared sound. Listening fading echoes, feel truth. Songs linger warmth skin. Proof poorest hearts make beauty breath. Carolers disperse, walk home quiet lane. Snow muffles sound except boot crunch. Few lanterns flicker doorways. Inside one cottage, hear someone humming tune again, softer, almost lullaby. Home, sit hearth. Lighting small candle setting near window, mother once did. Flame wavers gently, casting golden light room. Out, snow continues fall, silent endless. Sip last ale singers gave, close eyes. Honey smoke taste lingers tongue. Remains uncertain scholars, song's time acts worship, rebellion, both. Answer not matter. Endures sound, human voice rising cold, defying silence, reminding night alive. Snow turned thin ice crust morning, glinting broken glass faint sun. Air changed, breath hangs, footsteps feel loud. Today villagers gather old stone cross square swear peace year. Every cough, murmur echoes frozen walls. Not feast day, prayer, something older, weightier. Ritual keep neighbors turning one another, long cold ends. Pull cloak, join slow crowd. Cross stands village center, smooth generations' hands. Base dusted snow, edges chipped time frost. Priest waits beside, holding book fragile cold. Reeve nearby, breath white clouds, looking nervous holy. Memorial rolls. 14th century, midwinter oath gatherings, part law, ceremony. Each household appear, not worship. Confirm loyalty Lord, church, one another. Way reset fragile peace balance. After week's fun drink, crowd forms circle. Priest raises hand silence. Voice carries easy still air, deep deliberate. Starts reciting names, calling family turn. Yours spoken, step forward place, hand cold stone cross. Burns frost skin. Keep peace say, repeating words gives. Around, others murmur same promise. Some strongly, half. One curious tradition survives ceremony. After oath, salt pinch base cross. Salt precious, every family brings little. Said preserve not food, faith. Priest sprinkles holy water, droplets hiss faint cold. Villagers watch silence, faces pale gray sky. Elderly man steps, leaning heavy staff. Hesitates speaking, voice thin firm. Peace not words, says. Deeds. Ripple passes crowd. Priest nods slow, recognizing truth hears, even not scripture. Oaths made, mood lightens. Reeve announces anyone wishes share bread, well-signed friendship. Women unwrap loaves, warm hearth. Yeast smell fills square, rich comforting. Neighbors trade pieces, pressing another's hands. For luck, say. Exchange simple deeply binding. Charming superstition ties custom. Two share bread village cross mean peace sincerely. No quarrel last year. But one lies breaking bread, loaf crumble next planting. Notice everyone handling slices careful. No one test. Priest blesses crowd again, voice softer. Ceremony over, no one rushes leave. Linger small clusters, talking quiet. Children chase snow, laughter floating crisp air. Few men clear frozen well, striking ice wooden poles. Rhythmic sound fills silence, steady drumbeat. Recorded several old church registers. Oaths winter believed special strength. Cold, said. Sealed words, firmer warmth. Watching villagers now, almost believe. Breath speaker turns mist, rising, disappearing. Yet promises remain. Crowd begins disperse. Priest stays, collecting leftover salt-based cross. Wraps careful cloth, places robe. Salt bless fields planting, linking peace day, hope spring. Cycle continues. Linger longer, hand over stone. Surface rough, coldness steady. Think hands touched before, hundreds, thousands, each leaving warmth fragment. Thought oddly comforting. Modern historians suggest ceremonies less faith survival. Small communities, single feud destroy fragile life balance. Oaths, half spiritual, half practical, reminded cooperation, not choice necessity. Looking neighbors' faces, sense everyone knows too. Afternoon, clouds thin. Light turns golden, faint soft. Walk home snow, feet crunching hush. Smoke rises every chimney, curling lazy cold air. Village looks calm, almost content. Inside, fire waits. Sit beside, rubbing hands, thinking bread shared, words spoke. Whether divine power not, feel solid inside. Small warmth chill. Out, wind sighs gently eaves. Sound less warning promise kept. Following evening arrives strange charged quiet. Air heavier, snow underfoot muffles breathing sound. Torches flare village edge, light turning frost gold. Tonight masks. Night living pretend spirits. Villagers trade faces, names confuse darkness prowls years. Mumming play begin, walk square. Cloak brushing snowdrifts. Pitch smoke smell fills airmen, light torches, lane. Crowd gathered. Laughter soft, uncertain. Rough stage built well, planks barrels, looks grand flickering light. Someone beats drum attention. Local chronicles. Mumming plays, theater ritual. Performed Christmastide year turning. Players wore disguises, acted death rebirth scenes, usually ending clumsy, miracle loud revival. No one knew custom began. Some said Christian sin salvation story. Others whispered older, remnant forgotten winter rites. First actor steps, wrapped old cloak inside out, face painted white soot eyes. Boos dramatic, earning laugh crowd. Good evening, friends, foes alike, shouts. Tonight dead rise remind living live. Applause erupts, play begins. One curious mummers never speak real names costume. Only parts play. King, fool, knight, devil, doctor. Break character bad luck. Watch fool dance clumsy, jangling tin bell belt waist. Devil enters, brandishing wooden pitchfork, howling loud children hide parents' legs. Laughter follows, relieved loud. Story unfolds chaos. Knight boasts courage. Devil challenges. King orders duel. Soon night lies dead snow. Crowd gasps, knows next. Doctor appears. Ale pot one hand, herb bundle other. Fear not, declares. No man dies, drink enough wake. Pours ale fallen knight's lips. Dramatic twitches. Man jumps feet, cheers clapping. Surviving scripts medieval mumming plays. Resurrection moment heart performance. not humor, hope. Promise even coldest winter, life return. Watching villagers, understand story endures. Laughter, faith, survival blur torchlight. Delightful oddity fool turns priest, stands crowd trying smile. Bless us, Father, fool calls, sinned advance. Audience erupts laughter. Even priest laughs, shakes head. Boundary sacred ridiculous melted completely. Few villagers join spontaneous, pulling scarves faces, leaping circle. Improvise lines, pretending wandering ghosts, demanding ale share. Actors respond mock blessings, sprinkling snow holy water. Scene collapses laughter, no one minds. Chaos, every heart light. Researchers argued mumming entertainment. Communal charm despair enacting death revival. Villagers turned fear farce. Devil tamed jokes. Mortality mocked lost edge. Feel truth air tonight. Torches flicker, faces glow. Ours village belongs joy. Play ends, crowd claps, throws bread nuts players. Mummers bow, painted faces gleaming sweat snow. Someone starts drumbeat, people dance open space, stamping feet warm. Rhythm fills night. Fool leads, spinning wild, bells jingling step. Celebration fades, torches burn lower. 1-1, families drift home snow. Linger stage, watching actors remove masks. Without paint soot, look ordinary. Farmers, herdsmen, neighbors. Transformation magic reverse. Remains uncertain, historians plays born ancient pagan rites, simple peasant humor. Gave people voice life, offered little. Laughter found defiance. Pretending die, remembered live. Walk home darkness. Drums echoes faint behind. Snow crunches boots. Air strangely clear, world-washed laughter. Reach door, pause, look back. Last torch well burns. Flames small steady, flickering night. Seams breathe. Alive stubborn, heart village. Snow softened overnight, turning slush glistens dim sky. Wake familiar smoke, bread, sweet cooking hearth. Today, air houses hums women's voices, overlapping bird song. Men gone check animals, leaving houses wives command. Realm smells cinnamon, gossip, heat. Rise step out, cold biting face. See women moving brisk cottages, skirts tucked, hands red kneading scrubbing. Feast days slowed workmen. Women's labor never ends. Rule fires keep village alive. Without, no bread rise, stew simmer, warmth hold night. Household accounts record women, medieval villages, keepers hearth law. Measured time, not priest sermons, rhythm, boiling pots, turning seasons. Work invisible history, eyes practice pulse life. Inside cottage see women group fire. Air thick steam laughter. Large pot bubbles center. Smells mutton, onions, herbs. Young woman sprinkles salt flourish. For love, says. Everyone laughs. Older woman beside, hair gray streaked, stirs slow, replies. For patience, I'd say. Curious custom plays. Each woman adds ingredient, names virtue strength, kindness, luck, health. Stew becomes food, charm kind. Said whoever eats carries blessings spring. Men claim not believe, never refuse bowl. While pot simmers, talk turns stories. One recounts grandmother saw lights sky Christmas night, dancing church tower small suns. Another tells goose laid perfect round egg mass morning, priest declared miracle. Third woman, practical, mutters probably froze solid anyone eat. Laughter ripples room. Records parish courts. Much know women's lives, domestic spaces. Half-forgotten notes, idle chatter. Immodest songs overheard clerks. Scribes dismissed often glue-held village. Here, gossip not sin. Survival. Keeps information moving faster, Reeves orders. Rather endearing superstition emerges bread oven. Each loaf tapped 3 times crust-slicing chase hunger door. Watch women automatic, murmuring quick phrase breath. Stay full, stay kind, stay safe, feels older prayer priest recites. Children tumble room, laughing, snatching crumbs, dodging mock scolds. One girl drops bread piece ashes. Before stop, blows eats anyway. Women roar laughter, one saying, "Lives that, live anything." Fire pops loud agreeing. Afternoon fades, men return, stamping snow boots. Follow stew smell, filling room bulk voices. Women serve bowls fuss, sit back, exchange small smiles. Men praise flavor, not realizing meal carries whispered blessings, hidden steam. Scholar studied village customs centuries later, remarked kitchens, temples, churches. Around fire, decisions made, alliances forged, small rebellion acts past recipes. Watching women tonight understand truth completely. Laughter holds authority sermon. Meal done, children drift sleep hearth, faces warm content. Men move out smoke talk fields taxes. Inside, women remain, conversation low, thoughtful. One asks year ahead, bring good harvests. Another answers, depends remember sing work. Oldest woman reaches fire, tossing dried herbs handful. Flames flare green heartbeat. For health, whispers almost soft here. Others nod, faces lit glow. Not magic exactly, something close. Faith-built repetition, hope-shaped habit. Outwind rises, whistling faint eaves. Feel cold touch even hearth, cannot drown warmth room. Women continue talk, voices weaving fire crackle. Remains uncertain, historians much custom superstition, much practical wisdom, disguised charm. Matters worked meals, filled stomachs, stories filled hearts, laughter filled dark. Last pot cleaned fire settles, step outside. Night smells smoke baking. Faint light glows every window. Small fires guarding village cold. Walk slowly snow, thinking stew, laughter, steady strength. Women keep everything alive. Morning comes dull gray sky, presses low fields. Frost turned earthstone, river lies quiet thin ice shell. Wake strange silence, peaceful heavy. Laughter last night's faded. Village moves slower, energy spent. Holy season lingers. Beneath weight, ordinary hunger, waiting return. Push door. Cold rushes, dry biting. World painting white pale blue shades. No one speaks loud today. Pass neighbors carrying wood bundles scraping frozen earth water. Moves careful, almost respectful. Fear breaking quiet. Early parish writings. Stillness celebration described holy hush. Day world seemed pause blessings burdens. Some called breathing day. Time heaven, earth rested, new year began. Watching smoke drift lazy chimneys, almost feel deep exhale. Inside cottage, fire struggles stay alive. Add wood pieces sit close, listening soft crackle. Warmth touches face, not fingers. Old ash smell mixes damp wool. Sip water cup. Taste faint, comforting. Curious custom fills day afford. Fast silence. People eat little, speak less, reflect year given taken. Village, become habit law. Priest says quiet pleases God. Many think makes next feast taste sweeter. Decide follow, letting thoughts wander tongue. Window, see woman sweeping threshold cottage. Careful not let dirt cross inward. Old saying claims bring yesterday's dust new year. Bad luck follow. Sweeps slow steady strokes. Face calm focused. Small rituals like keep world stitched. Noon, snow falls soft, endless. Blurs boundaries, roofs fields, turning everything single silent plain. Children indoors, huddled fires. Streets empty once. No one calls, sings, argues. Feels village folded one long sigh. Step outside anyway, boots sinking fresh snow. Sound steps, loud emptiness. Only other movement, small figure churchyard. Widow visited earlier week, scattering crumbs birds. Flutter dark cloud, wings brushing hands. Even smallest must eat, says soft seas. Voice thin cold air. Account 15th century monk. Some villagers believed feeding animals 12 days brought blessings giver. Creatures, said, carried blessings upward invisible wings. True not, sight widow birds feels right, prayer without words. Light fades, return home. Sky glows faint pink sun, sinks trees. First stars appear, trembling horizon. Inside, fire-dyed coals, glowing buried rubies. Kneel stir, watch sparks leap air, tiny bright. Rather tender tradition accompanies night. Before sleeping, family burns small herb bundle hearth, rosemary memory, sage strength, holly sprig guard misfortune. Smoke fills cottage sharp clean scent. Close eyes, breathing, imagining drives stale year air. Scholars think customs remnants older solstice rites, stripped pagan names, not meaning. Others argue acts cleanliness comfort. Whatever origin, feeling leave quiet renewal. Village utterly still. Out, snow covers roof, fence, field. Moon rises, pale cold, turning world silver. Sit fading fire, mind empty calm. Nothing do, nothing fix, only wait. Waiting, find strange peace. Silence no longer heavy, gentle, blanket drawn sleeping body. Tomorrow noise return songs, work, endless survival cycle. Now quiet belongs. Lie hearth, cloak shoulders. Embers glow faintly half dark. Listen slow wind rhythm. Faint birds rustle outside. Somewhere distance, church bell rings once, falls silent. Remains matter speculation. Historian's day stillness, deliberate devotion, simple exhaustion. Perhaps both. World-built labor faith, even rest earn meaning. Last fire dies darkness. Herb smell lingers air, sweet smoky. Close eyes, feeling warmth almost none. Let silence cradle sleep. Snow stopped dawn, leaving world glazed glittering. Wake pale light slipping shutter cracks. Air still hear faint tree creak outside. Holy season nearly. Yet something older stirs beneath. Talk hearths turned dreams, omens. Things existed long priests' Latin blessings. Today, villagers whisper, day-old gods walk unseen. Pull boots step cold. Frost cracks feet-thin glass. Church bell rings once, though no service. People move quiet lanes. Faces woods watching something never appears. Air feels strange. Reverence fear. Few surviving chronicles. Church tried forbid pagan season echoes. But customs never vanished. Lingered roots snow, feeding memory. Villagers lit fires, secret places. Spoke trees. Left offerings, priests' eyes not follow. Feel wildness air today. Village edge, frozen stream, small group gathers stump blackened old fires. Carry grain bowls ale cups. Young man steps, pouring ale ground. What before? Says quiet. Others nod follow, scattering crumbs, seeds, snow. Few cross themselves after case. Curious detail medieval folklore tells 12 nights, old world spirits, some called wild hunt, road sky, searching warmth worship. Heard horses looked up, taken unless dropped face, snow whispered prayer. Look now, half expecting movement gray clouds. Nothing stirs. Air alive. Priest passes later morning, pretending not notice wet circle snow ale poured. Speaks saints, tame storms, beasts. Stories meant fold old fears, safer shapes. Yet admits certain things cannot reasoned away. God made forest, says small shrug. Hides there too? Inside cottages, women hang evergreen bits. Windows again, not decoration, protection. Children press clothes, apples tie string. Little charms, mischief. Scent fills rooms, sharp sweet. Someone recites old rhyme, keeping hearth bright shadows bay. Words sound almost music. Delightful superstition lingers nights. People say, stay awake, see dawn, first hour. Spirits cannot harm. Families light extra candles, tell stories past time. Join gathering, sitting hearth, old woman, recounts tale, river froze traveler's heart. Voice trembles, not age, memory. No one interrupts, till laughs, soft says, melted spring. Researchers medieval religion noted fireside tales blurred sacred forbidden. People not think categories faith heresy. Lived worlds once, trusting kept warm safe cold. Listening, understand belief not always learned, felt bones. Out, wind rises. Rattles shutters hums thatch. Fire flickers, steadies. Glance door, half expecting open own. Dog whine soft, ears prick sound. Old woman nods. Calm. Just riders passing, murmurs. No one questions. Wind dies, air softer, almost kind. Someone adds log fire. Flames leap higher, filling room golden light. Sip warm ale cup, feeling sweetness spread chest. Moment, forget fear, remember warmth. Remains uncertain, historians much lingering customs. Truly pagan ritual, much peasant poetry stories shaped, give meaning winter dark. Remind faith wears many faces, belong human hope, life return. Before sleep night, open door moment. Snow shines faint moon. Air still, carries hum world, breathing quiet. Leave small candle threshold, flame trembling cold. Whisper words half remember childhood. Light flickers not die. Stand watching, wind takes breath. Close door gently. Inside, candles glow seeps frame, casting thin gold line floor. Feels protection, fragile real. Lie hearth, listening faint fire crackle. Out forest sighs dark, somewhere deep, old gods, still exist, keep distance, content remembered. Morning sky opens wide, colorless, pale sheet stretched horizon. Snow stopped, air holds breath. Step outside, hear low animal hum, stirring stalls. Village smells faint hay frost, sweet tang dung, damp wool. Today beasts, day bless animals, share barns, roads, villagers' lives. Pull cloak, step out. Snow crusted crisp underfoot. Thin smoke curls barns, farmers started small fires, warmth. Every doorway, someone holds grain bowl, bread scrap, salt handful. Day gratitude, looks nothing solemn, church ceremonies. Several old accounts, day peasants offered food drink livestock, thanking labor milk sustained year. Practice may pagan roots, early Christian compassion. No one village argues origin. Tradition reason enough. Follow others main barn square. Animals snort, stamp people enter. warm, moist air steaming clouds. Cows brushed garlanded ivy bits. Sheep dabbed foreheads ale drops. Horses rubbed coats shine. Priest appears evergreen sprig, dipped holy water. Latin prayers mix soft chewing sounds, occasional impatient bleat. Charming detail, 15th century observer describes peasants' whispered wishes directly, animals' ears blessing. Watch old farmer lean close ox, murmuring words no one hears. Steps back, eyes wet. Perhaps asked strength forgiveness, simply another year without loss. Children dart stalls, laughing sprinkle crumbs hens. One girl feeds family pig bread crust soaked ale, declaring, "Earned brother has." Laughter fills barn warmth, no fire match. Traveler's journal time, blessing beasts blurred sacred familiar. Reminded people creation shared, humans animals depended same mercy. Looking barn, see truth alive every steam breath, every soft snort straw rustle. Out, men lead animals, 1-1 around church, circling 3 times. Hooves bells sound echoes frozen fields. Each circuit, say, protects herd sickness year. Priest follows, muttering prayers, shaking evergreen branch. Holy water drops freeze fall. Tiny glass beads coats. Curious superstition lingers ritual. Beast refuses complete third circle. Means creature not live next winter. Watch nervous cow walks corner, stamping tossing head. Owner coaxes gentle moves. Relief spreads quiet crowd. No one speaks fear aloud. Procession ends. Everyone returns, barns share simple meal. Bread-soaked milk, apples roasted sticks, little ale past cup. Even animals taste sweetness. Mare nuzzles, master shoulder feeds apple piece, voice low fond. Good girl, says. Keep warm, I'll keep fed. Chronicler witnessed custom centuries later, called rustic communion. Watching, understand. No separation gratitude necessity, blessing work. Same hands slaughtered last week stroke thanks. Feels honest, beautiful simplicity. Mid-afternoon, light fades. Barns grow quiet, except soft chewing timber creak. Out, snow falls, slow steady. Step whiteness, cold air, clean heavy barn warmth. Priest walks past, robe damp melted snow. Holy are we, says soft, nodding animals. Smile, say nothing. May write. Historians suggest day rituals, remnants ancient midwinter offerings, reshaped church fit new words, old feelings. Others think compassion made habit. Whatever truth, feel weight chest head home. Reach cottage, find own small offering waiting. Family cat curled fire, eyes half closed. Purring rhythm would crackle. Tear bread piece drop beside. Not open eyes, begins eat, slow content. Out, snow thickens, blurring world edges. Day passed quietly, feels full, heavy peace. Listen cat soft breathing, wind roof, faint cow lowing distance. Village sleeps white silence. Every creature, great small, wrapped calm. Snow stops dawn, leaving world glazed glittering. Wake pale light slipping shutter cracks. Air still hear faint tree creak outside. Holy season nearly, yet something older stirs beneath. Talk hearths turned dreams, omens. Things existed, long priests' Latin blessings. Today, villagers whisper, day-old gods walk unseen. Pull boots step cold. Frost cracks feet thin glass. Church bell rings once, though no service. People move quiet lanes. Faces woods watching something never appears. Air feels strange, reverence fear. Few surviving chronicles, church tried forbid pagan season echoes. But customs never vanished. Lingered roots snow, feeding memory. Villagers lit fires, secret places, spoke trees, left offerings, priests' eyes not follow. Feel wildness air today. Village edge, frozen stream, small group gathers stump blackened old fires. Carry grain bowls, ale cups. Young man steps, pouring ale ground. What before? Says quiet. Others nod follow, scattering crumb seeds snow. Few cross themselves after case. Curious detail medieval folklore tells 12 nights, old world spirits, some called wild hunt, road sky, searching warmth worship. Heard horses looked up, taken unless dropped face, snow whispered prayer. Look now, half expecting movement gray clouds. Nothing stirs, air alive. Priest passes later morning, pretending not notice wet circle snow ale poured. Speaks saints tamed storms, beasts, stories meant fold old fears, safer shapes. Yet admits certain things cannot reasoned away. God made forest, says small shrug. Hides there too? Inside cottages, women hang evergreen bits, windows again. Not decoration, protection. Children press clothes, apples tie string. Little charms mischief. Scent fills rooms, sharp sweet. Someone recites old rhyme keeping hearth bright shadows bay. Words sound almost music. Delightful superstition lingers nights. People say stay awake, see dawn, first hour. Spirits cannot harm. Families light extra candles, tell stories past time. Join gathering, sitting hearth old woman, recounts tale river froze traveler's heart. Voice trembles, not age, memory. No one interrupts till laugh soft says, melted spring. Researchers medieval religion noted fireside tales blurred sacred forbidden. People not think categories faith heresy. Lived worlds once, trusting kept warm safe cold. Listening, understand belief not always learned. Felt bones. Out, wind rises. Rattles shutters, hums thatch. Fire flickers, steadies. Glance door, half expecting open own. Dog whine soft, ears prick sound. Old woman nods. Calm. Just riders passing, murmurs. No one questions. Wind dies, air softer, almost kind. Someone adds log fire. Flames leap higher, filling room golden light. Sip warm ale cup, feeling sweetness spread chest. Moment, forget fear, remember warmth. Remains uncertain historians much lingering customs, truly pagan ritual. Much peasant poetry stories shaped give meaning winter dark. Remind faith wears many faces, belong human hope, life return. Before sleep night, open door moment, snow shines faint moon. Air still carries hum world breathing quiet. Leave small candle threshold, flame trembling cold. Whisper words half remember childhood. Light flickers not die. Stand watching, wind takes breath. Close door gently. Inside, candles glow seeps frame, casting thin gold line floor. Feels protection, fragile real. Lie hearth, listening faint fire crackle. Out forest sighs dark, somewhere deep, old gods, still exist. Keep distance, content remembered. Morning sky opens wide colorless. Pale sheet stretched horizon. Snow stopped, air holds breath. Step outside, hear low animal hum, stirring stalls. Village smells faint hay frost, sweet tang dung damp wool. Today beasts, day bless animals, share barns, roads, villagers' lives. Pull cloak, step out. Snow crusted crisp underfoot. Thin smoke curls barns, farmers started small fires, warmth. Every doorway, someone holds grain bowl, bread scrap, salt handful, Day gratitude looks nothing solemn church ceremonies. Several old accounts. Day peasants offered food, drink livestock, thanking labor milk sustained year. Practice may pagan roots early Christian compassion. No one village argues origin. Tradition reason enough. Follow others main barn square. Animals snort stamp people enter. Warm moist air steaming clouds. Cows brushed garlanded ivy bits. Sheep dabbed foreheads ale drops. Horses rubbed coats shine. Priest appears evergreen sprig dipped holy water. Latin prayers mix soft chewing sounds, occasional impatient bleat. Charming detail, 15th century observer describes peasants' whispered wishes directly, animals' ears blessing. Watch old farmer lean close ox, murmuring words no one hears. Steps back, eyes wet. Perhaps asked strength forgiveness, simply another year without loss. Children dart stalls, laughing sprinkle crumbs hens. One girl feeds family pig bread crust soaked ale, declaring, "Earned brother has." Laughter fills barn warmth, no fire match. Traveler's journal time, blessing beasts blurred sacred familiar. Reminded people creation shared, humans animals depended same mercy. Looking barn, see truth alive every steam breath, every soft snort straw rustle. Out, men lead animals 1-1 around church, circling 3 times. Hooves bells sound echoes frozen fields. Each circuit, say, protects herd sickness year. Priest follows, muttering prayers shaking evergreen branch. Holy water drops freeze fall. Tiny glass beads coats. Curious superstition lingers ritual. Beast refuses complete third circle. Means creature not live next winter. Watch nervous cow walks corner, stamping tossing head. Owner coaxes gentle moves. Relief spreads quiet crowd. No one speaks fear aloud. Procession ends, everyone returns. Barns share simple meal. Bread-soaked milk, apples roasted sticks, little ale past cup. Even animals taste sweetness. Mare nuzzles, master shoulder feeds, apple piece, voice low fond. Good girl, says. Keep warm, I'll keep fed. Chronicler witnessed custom centuries later called rustic communion. Watching, understand. No separation, gratitude, necessity, blessing work. Same hands slaughtered last week, stroke thanks. Feels honest, beautiful simplicity. Mid-afternoon, light fades. Barns grow quiet except soft chewing timber creak. Out, snow falls slow steady. Step whiteness, cold air clean heavy barn warmth. Priest walks past, robe damp melted snow. Holy are we, says soft nodding animals. Smile, say nothing. May write. Historians suggest day rituals, remnants ancient midwinter offerings, reshape church, fit new words, old feelings. Others think compassion made habit. Whatever truth, feel weight chest head home. Reach cottage, find own small offering waiting. Family cat curled fire, eyes half closed, purring rhythm wood crackle. Tear bread piece drop beside. Not open eyes, begins eat, slow content. Out, snow thickens, blurring world edges. Day passed quietly, feels full, heavy peace. Listen cat's soft breathing. Wind roof, faint cow lowing distance. Village sleeps white silence. Every creature, great small, wrapped calm. Snow stops dawn, leaving world glazed glittering. Wake pale light slipping shutter cracks. Air still hear faint tree creak outside. Holy season nearly. Yet something older stirs beneath. Talk hearths turned dreams, omens. Things existed, long priests' Latin blessings. Today, Villagers whisper, day-old gods walk unseen. Pull boots step cold. Frost cracks feet-thin glass. Church bell rings once, though no service. People move quiet lanes. Faces woods watching something never appears. Air feels strange. Reverence fear. Few surviving chronicles. Church tried forbid pagan season echoes. But customs never vanished. Lingered roots snow, feeding memory. Villagers lit fires, secret places, spoke trees, left offerings, priests' eyes not follow. Feel wildness air today. Village edge, frozen stream. Small group gathers stump blackened old fires. Carry grain bowls, ale cups. Young man steps, pouring ale ground. What before? Says quiet. Others nod follow, scattering crumb seeds snow. Few cross themselves after case. Curious detail medieval folklore tells 12 nights. Old world spirits, some called wild hunt, rode sky, searching warmth worship. Heard horses looked up, taken unless dropped face snow whispered prayer. Look now, half expecting movement gray clouds. Nothing stirs, air alive. Priest passes later morning, pretending not notice wet circle snow ale poured. Speaks saints tamed storms beasts, stories meant fold old fears safer shapes. Yet admits certain things cannot reasoned away. God made forest, says small shrug. Hides there too? Inside cottages, women hang evergreen bits, windows again. Not decoration, protection. Children press clothes, apples tie string. Little charms mischief. Scent fills rooms, sharp sweet. Someone recites old rhyme keeping hearth bright shadows bay. Words sound almost music. Delightful superstition lingers nights. People say, stay awake, see dawn, first hour. Spirits cannot harm. Families light extra candles, tell stories past time. Join gathering, sitting hearth old woman, recounts tale river froze traveler's heart. Voice trembles, not age, memory. No one interrupts, till laughs soft says, melted spring. Researchers medieval religion noted fireside tales blurred sacred forbidden. People not think categories faith heresy. Lived worlds once, trusting kept warm safe cold. Listening, understand belief, not always learned, felt bones. Out, wind rises. Rattles shutters hums thatch. Fire flickers, steadies. Glance door, half expecting open own. Dog whines soft, ears prick sound. Old woman nods, calm. Just riders passing, murmurs. No one questions. Wind dies, air softer, almost kind. Someone adds log fire. Flames leap higher, filling room golden light. Sip warm ale cup, feeling sweetness spread chest. Moment, forget fear, remember warmth. Remains uncertain, historians much lingering customs, truly pagan ritual, much peasant poetry stories shaped, give meaning winter dark. Remind faith wears many faces, belong human hope, life return. Before sleep night, open door moment. Snow shines faint moon. Air still, carries hum world, breathing quiet. Leave small candle threshold, flame trembling cold. Whisper words half remember childhood. Light flickers not die. Stand watching, wind takes breath. Close door gently. Inside, candles glow seeps frame, casting thin gold line floor. Feels protection, fragile real. Lie hearth, listening faint fire crackle. Out forest sighs dark, somewhere deep. Old gods, still exist. Keep distance, content remembered. Morning sky opens wide colorless. Pale sheet stretched horizon. Snow stopped, air holds breath. Step outside, hear low animal hum, stirring stalls. Village smells faint hay frost, sweet tang dung, damp wool. Today beasts, day bless animals, share barns, roads, villagers' lives. Pull cloak, step out. Snow crusted crisp underfoot. Thin smoke curls barns. Farmers started small fires, warmth. Every doorway, someone holds grain bowl, bread scrap, salt handful. Day gratitude, looks nothing solemn church ceremonies. Several old accounts, day peasants offered food, drink livestock, thanking labor milk sustained year. Practice may pagan roots early Christian compassion, no one village argues origin. Tradition reason enough. Follow others, main barn square. Animals snort stamp people enter. Warm, moist air, steaming clouds. Cows brushed garlanded ivy bits. Sheep dabbed foreheads ale drops. Horses rubbed coats shine. Priest appears evergreen sprig dipped holy water. Latin prayers mix soft chewing sounds, occasional impatient bleat. Charming detail, 15th century observer, describes peasants' whispered wishes directly, animals' ears blessing. Watch old farmer lean close ox, murmuring words no one hears. Steps back, eyes wet. Perhaps asked strength forgiveness, simply another year without loss. Children dart stalls, laughing sprinkle crumbs, hens. One girl feeds family pig bread, crust-soaked ale, declaring, "Earned brother has." Laughter fills barn warmth, no fire match. Traveler's journal time, blessing beasts, blurred sacred familiar. Reminded people creation shared, humans animals depended same mercy. Looking barn, see truth alive every steam breath, every soft snort straw rustle. Out, men lead animals 1-1 around church, circling 3 times. Hooves bells sound echoes frozen fields. Each circuit, say, protects herd sickness year. Priest follows, muttering prayers, shaking evergreen branch. Holy water drops freeze fall. Tiny glass beads coats. Curious superstition lingers ritual. Beast refuses complete third circle, means creature not live next winter. Watch nervous cow walks corner, stamping tossing head. Owner coaxes gentle moves. Relief spreads quiet crowd. No one speaks fear aloud. Procession ends. Everyone returns, barns share simple meal. Bread-soaked milk, apples roasted sticks, little ale past cup. Even animals taste sweetness. Mare nuzzles, master shoulder feeds, apple piece. Voice low fond. "Good girl," says. "Keep warm, I'll keep fed." Chronicler witnessed custom centuries later, called rustic communion. Watching, understand. No separation, gratitude, necessity, blessing work. Same hands slaughtered last week, stroke thanks. Feels honest, beautiful simplicity. Mid-afternoon, light fades. Barns grow quiet, except soft, chewing timber creak. Out, snow falls, slow steady. Step whiteness, cold air clean, heavy barn warmth. Priest walks past, robe damp melted snow. "Holy are we," says soft, nodding animals. Smile, say nothing. May write. Historians suggest day rituals, remnants ancient midwinter offerings. Reshaped church fit new words, old feelings. Others think compassion made habit. Whatever truth, feel weight chest head home. Reach cottage, find own small offering waiting. Family cat curled fire, eyes half closed, purring rhythm would crackle. Tear bread piece drop beside. Not open eyes, begins eat, slow content. Out, snow thickens, blurring world edges. Day passed quietly, feels full, heavy peace. Listen cat's soft breathing, wind roof, faint cow lowing distance. Village sleeps white silence. Every creature, great small, wrapped calm. Air changed. Still cold, not biting cracks, skin freezes breath. Feels gentler. Touched faint mud, distant rain scent. Last snow lies shallow drifts hedges, gray edges, meltwater begun eat. Birds return first. Calls cut morning thread sound, stitching world. Step outside, see breath fade, quick soft light. Sun sits low, glows warmth glare. Fields shimmer faint dew. Thin green shoots poke soil frost ruled. Still early plant, not early hope. Village feels lighter, quieter new way. Not waiting silence. Calm follows survival. Priest stands church gate, speaking villagers listen, respect obligation. Tells give thanks endurance. Words drift upward. Carried breeze stirs branches above. Finishes, people nod. Small, easy smiles seen. Hardship no gratitude means. Old account. Peasants marked final Christmas day, stepping dawn, face east. Whisper thanks sun, promising keep faith, year toil. Lift eyes, pale horizon, feeling impulse. Light thin, steady, glowing chill promise kept. Curious custom follows dawn prayer. Each family sweeps doorstep clean, brushing last winter ashes. Motion slow rhythmic, meditative practical. Woman across lane finishes sweeping, scatters grain pinch threshold. For luck, says no one particular. Whatever comes, grain glitters early sun, sinking melting snow. Inside cottage, fire burns low steady. Rushes floor changed, fresh green. Pine needles smell fills air. Table wooden bird, faintly polished hands. Wings catch window light, moment almost looks fly. Tear bread piece dip warm ale, eating slow. Taste simple clean. Walls seem hold past week's memory. Laughter, songs, meat candles smell. Out, life-shifting work. Hear muffled hammers, low voices planning Thor. Rhythm returned. Gentle superstition lingers day. Keep one candle burning last night Christmas tide. No darkness find house spring. Light yours, watching small flame tremble. Seems almost breathe. Think many candles burned village, all villages, holding long dark one flicker time. Note monk's calendar, day once called resting light. Marked moment celebration gave endurance. Gratitude became labor. Wrote favorite day year, asked nothing, quiet faith. Sitting fire now, understand completely. Afternoon passes gently. Children play lanes, pushing small ice wheel sticks. Laughter drifts music, rising, falling still air. Men repair broken fence field. Hammers echoing rhythm, old song planting patience. Sound rings fields, first pulse life returning land. Scholar wrote peasants understood time, not straight road circle folded itself. Watching now see wisdom work. Each season not replace last carries memory forward. Quiet promise world heals, give time. Sun lowers, village gathers edge square. Fire lit shallow pit, fed old wood scraps, dried rushes. Everyone tosses something flames. Splinter Yule log, withered wreath, burned candle. Smoke rises straight, still air. For endings, someone says soft. Beginnings, too. Fire crackles, pine ash smell mingling chill. Moment, no one speaks. Then child hums simple tune. Same carol sung Christmas Eve weeks ago. Slowly, others join, voices low steady. Melody fills square, winding upward smoke both vanish pale evening sky. Remains uncertain historians closing fire, true medieval ritual, later embellishment memory. Gesture feels right. ties circle closed. Cold, feast, laughter, silence, folded one last shared flame. Night settles, walk home, boots sinking soft mud. Stars appear one, faint brighter. Air smells wet soil renewal. Inside cottage, hearth glows faintly. Small wooden bird keeps watch still. Sit fire feel season weight lift, leaving warmth. Out, stars begin show, sharp clear. Take final look, sky closing door. Air inside warm, light steady. Long night ahead feels less ending. Gentle beginning, another turning year. Fire burns lower now, glow soft, steady dark. Lean back, listening faint crackle. Whisper wood surrendering warmth. Out, wind stilled. World feels wrapped quiet. Blanket drawn last winter's rest. Almost hear rhythm months ahead. Plows breaking soil, rain rooftops. Hum bees frost loosens grip. Tonight between seasons, resting tender space memory meets possibility. Air smells faint ash pine. Shadows dance slow walls, stretching folding fire fades. Wooden bird window glows faint candlelight, small reminder season carried. Laughter, hunger, kindness, survival. Villagers sleep now, each cottage holding own quiet story. Snow outside melt morning, fields wake green new beginnings. Voices filled square, songs, games, prayers. Linger warmth air, woven smoke rises gently night. Close eyes. Last fire hums soft heartbeat breath. Tomorrow come work, worries, ordinary beauty living, now stillness. Take one long slow breath let out, feeling peace settle around falling snow. Light hearth trembles, steadies, smallest star quiet universe home. Sleep comes easily, dream spring follows close behind.